Welcome and thanks for joining me right here on the channel. The solution is you. I hope that you're having a productive day. I do appreciate each of you for stopping by. If you enjoyed the content, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to my channel. With that, let me go ahead and get into today's quick subject. Now, the topic of today, everything has an expiration date. So I always advise to get in, get it, and get out. This pertains to people, opportunities, and products. So when it comes to people, specifically friends, friends come and they go. There's no one that you can expect to remain in your life forever. People pass away, people move, people grow. They move on to bigger and better things. Some people take steps backwards. So they get themselves into a whole heap of trouble. And there are other people who just don't want to have anything to do with anyone. So you never can rely on anyone to be in your life forever. Also, when it comes to managers, so if you're at a job and you have someone managing you, if you have a manager that you really enjoy and you really like and they're looking out for you, you can't even depend on them to be around that long. So a lot of times, I know some people, they have a good relationship with their manager. Their manager helps them with everything, points them in the right directions, help them with moving up within the company. Sometimes you may have just a great rapport. You don't mind, going to your manager to ask questions. So, these are the type of people who are hard to come by, and when you do come by them, they don't last too long because the way the world is set up, especially in corporate America, the ones that are extremely nice and trying to get the job done, they don't last too long. And so you can't put all your hope into a manager thinking that you're going to be at a particular company for maybe 10, 15 years, because you have a manager that is right there with you. So you think you're going to be with them, for the long term. You'll be lucky to be around for 2 years. Also, when it comes to mentors, you have to take advantage of all the wisdom and the knowledge and all of the information that they have while they're around. It's very important. When it comes to opportunities, side hustles. So side hustles, the economy changes. And when the economy changes, the habits of consumers change. And when you find a particular side hustle that you're making some money off of, it's important to realize it, get in, get whatever money you can, and get out as soon as you can, or move on to something else, or add something else to your resume. Because the last thing you want to do is get involved in something thinking that it's going to last forever and not look at your other options. And then when everything stops with that one opportunity that you have, maybe you've been riding it out for about 4 or 5 years, then everything comes to a halt. Also, when it comes to jobs, again, back to if you have a manager that you're really interested in, if you're at a jobs, you'll be lucky to make it in a job for 2 years. There's a reason why when you get on a job, usually about the first 6 months is pretty easy because you're getting in, you're learning the ropes and everything. You haven't really got to see everyone's personality for what it is. But after about a year and a half to 2 years, you start to get that feeling that where you're working is not for you. And that's usually most jobs that you go to these days, not careers, but jobs that you go to. After about 2 years, you kind of get that feeling like it's not for you, or the people around is not the type of environment you'd like to be around. It's something that always happens at about the 2 year mark. It's like people start to get antsy and some reason they start to act out. They want to move around, and for those who really are reluctant to move away or move around to something else, they like to give the people there a hard time. So 2 year mark is a real indicator that things are starting to change within a job. Also, if you have some type of OT that's available. I know a lot of people pass up OT because they don't want to put in the extra work. They want the money, but they don't want to put in the extra hours in order to get the pay that comes along with it. And so this is important because if you're looking to build a side hustle, you're looking to build income in order to get to the next level, in order to do something that you truly enjoy doing, a lot of times you have to sacrifice and you have to build off of the opportunities that are available. This also includes any bonuses that are around. Bonuses are hard to come by with of the cost cutting and these different companies that are very competitive. Now it's all about, bringing more money into the shareholders. So a lot of maybe bonuses or have been cut in half or have been removed altogether. And so when there is a bonus available, you want to make sure that you're putting in work, which you should be doing at all times, but you want to make sure that you're doing all that you can so that when the bonus comes around, you want to make sure that you're leveraging the bonus to put yourself in position to win. Also, when it comes to products, a lot of times there are products that are very unique that set themselves apart. And usually when you have a unique product that becomes available, other companies have to get on board. So if you look at a lot of the telecommunication companies, for example, they may start running ads that they see their competitor run. But before that, you didn't see that type of ad. So I remember there was a company years ago that provided a router. So this is for your home network. So this was a router. The router was for it's about $150, I believe. And I bought the router, took it home. And the thing about this particular router is that I was able to take this router with me and I could take it to another city and just plug it in and still have internet service for the same rate that I was paying per month. And so a lot of companies understood what they were up against. And eventually this particular company got bought out because they didn't want to they would have had to match what this particular product provided. And a lot of times that's something that a company doesn't want to do, especially if it's a company that is used to providing a high level of service that has a price tag attached to it. So some of the companies don't want to lower their pricing in order to match a competitor. So in this particular case, the company was bought out. So a lot of times, like I'm saying, you can't put your all into any one product, especially if the product is good. And this is what fools a lot of us because we see something that's good, so we feel as if it's going to be around for a while because it's a good product. Why get rid of a good product? But in today's society, the opposite. It could be gone just that fast if it's a great product because someone is you want to snap it up because they don't want to have to adjust their business model or have to, in their eyes, maybe lower themselves in order to compete. So they'll snap it up, integrate it, do away with it, whatever they have to. So you have to recognize this, that nothing lasts forever. Everything has an expiration date. So if you have gotten involved with something, whether it's, a special person or there's a great opportunity or you've come around some great products and you're finding success, go ahead and ride that success out. That doesn't mean what I'm saying as far as an expiration date doesn't mean that if something has success, you prematurely get out of it. If you see some success, stick with it, use it up to the fullest. But what I am saying is when you're involved in something and you don't know what the end result will bring, in the back of your mind, just know that it could end tomorrow. So you have to go in full blast, optimizing whatever it is that you get yourself involved in. You want to make sure that you're utilizing your time properly, and just make sure that you are prioritizing everything that's important for you so that you can come out on top. I thank you for listening to me today. Please understand that the solution is you. With that, have a great day.